Everyone is Nick with Us versus Herd. Thanks so much for joining us. Thanks so much for waiting. Thanks so much for joining this live stream. If you want to get notifications when I hit the live stream, hit the bell button. If you're not yet a subscriber, hit the subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. I really enjoy talking the stock market with you guys. Day in, day out. We're at 3:30 p.m. Central, half hour after close. We go live. If you're here right now, say what up. If you're not yet a member of our free options trading group, the link is below for that as well. And we got EZ in the house, Nicholas, Linda, Keith, Cobra Commander, Joe. Nice to see you guys. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Who else we got in here? Dorian. Yeah, I was talking to Dorian earlier. They sure didn't want to see. What up? Crypto Slice, Jeff. Sakura Kit. Santiago, what up? Welcome to the live stream. We're here for you. Welcome. Richard. Ray Lee. What's going on? Oh, man. So this week was Chetan. Yeah, I'm with you. I had some big wins and some major L's. The first half of the week I was crushing it. Monday and Tuesday crushing it. Wednesday till now not crushing it. Can't hear me. Can you guys hear me? Looks like you guys can hear me. Ice Cooler, how you doing? Today was a bad day. All my options were green, and it would have been the best day ever. Then my phone rang after business call. It went downhill real quick. Yeah, so kind of... Okay, yeah, you guys can hear me? Get rid of that Tesla butterfly early. Tesla, nice. Yeah, the thing about this market, so this week was out of control. I mean, just out of control. This has been I think it's also frustrating for bull. I mean, obviously the Bears are winning this war right now. But the Bulls have been fighting back, and as you can see, it's you could say in hindsight this chart looks very easy to trade. Like if you look at the SPX, in hindsight this chart looks very easy to trade. However, like when you're in the moment, when it's ripping down so many points and ripping up so many points, like the choppiness is not that easy to trade. Like it's not that easy, especially like look at Alibaba's chart. I mean, like, we gapped down, ripped up, then we went down, ripped huge up, then it went down again. It went like positive there for a minute. Morgan Stanley, the same thing. We gapped down, was going lower, ripped up, ripped back down. Snapchat, same thing. Snap had earnings. I mean, these charts, you would say like this is easy to trade. Like normally this would be easy to trade, but I think the difficulty of it is because there's just so many points right now, like that, ripping. I mean, at one point the S&P was down like almost 3%, or was down 3%, and then now the it closed at 1.5% down. To kind of show you here what it looks like. This is just nuts. I'll show you just because I don't. I'll show you this Robinhood stuff here. Just to show you what some of those stocks look like. We gapped down. This account was down like 4% today at open. It got some back. We're only down. We got about 3% back. We're only down at 1%. Then it ripped back down to 4%, and then it came back to positive. We were positive on the day, and then it ripped down. So like, don't feel bad if you're not hitting your targets, because I was definitely not hitting. I wasn't hitting my targets, and like it's very, very difficult when you see gains and then they're gone, or like you can't. It's hard to trade this kind of volatility. Joe, excellent week, cleaned house. One remaining put, 800 bank. Nice. Yeah, so like today in general, we'll go to here. Today was kind of stupid for me. Baron, how you doing? Ahmed, how you doing? So today I'm down like $200 today. And most of that was because I played earnings on Amazon, and Amazon was another tough chart to trade. So I had an Iron Condor, 100 point wide, pretty much on each side, and then Amazon was down like 165 bucks. It was definitely difficult to trade because let's forget the gap down. Let's go into the actually day trade. I mean, it went from 1600 back up to 1700, back down. So like I cut my losses like down in here, like when it was like 1650 or like 1645. I cut my losses because I got some money back basically. I was down like $90 on the position, and my total max loss was $1.24. So I got like 30 bucks, 35 bucks back. I didn't want it to go to max loss because I didn't think there was going to be a way that was going to push back. However, if I did keep those puts, it would have ripped back up to here. But I mean, it wouldn't have. I mean, if I didn't sell like right at this point here, it just makes it very difficult. So don't feel bad if you're not hitting on your targets, because no one's going to think Amazon's going to go from 1600 up to 1700, back down to 1640, and then yesterday it was up 125 points, went from 1694 up to 1800. I mean, we're all over the place here. So, I guess the rule is, like I've been saying in the past, like earnings are gambling, and I have been really staying away from earnings. And I sold premium in this, and this goes to show you, like even selling premium, you'll get screwed if it goes beyond the expected move. And it seems like all the earnings plays are going beyond the expected move, but then the ones that like Tesla and Twitter, like if you looked at Twitter, their calls when it went up like 16%, it was only up like those calls were only up like 30%. So like it's very difficult to trade earnings right now. So I think for the remainder of the year, I'm just going to sit out and just trade the aftermath as well. So like most of my losses, I would probably only, if I didn't trade earnings, I would only be down like $15 to $20 today. So that goes to show you kind of how earnings went for me. Santiago, yeah, ERs are a don't touch. Yeah, I usually don't, but I thought that because Amazon was down so much, and I thought because Snapchat was down so much, and I didn't actually think that Amazon was gonna miss earnings that bad. But this is the price you pay. This is the price you pay for doing that. So I'm still up a couple of grand this week, so I'm definitely happy about that, but not happy with my performance like the last couple of days. Especially I probably should have just stayed out of earnings and probably just set it out. Probably did some day trades, that kind of thing. So overall was a good week, was a profitable week, but these last 2 days just really stuck it to you. Secure Kit made 75% back 75% of my Amazon loss today. So feels like, yeah, so that's good. Secure Kit, did you sell? When did you sell? Did you sell when this bounced back, or were you just chilling and then you sold back on this bounce back? The reason why I sold so early is because I didn't want to risk getting assigned the stock and having to deal with that whole mess, because it does expire today. I mean, I was 100 points in the money here, like that's the other thing. So you gotta be careful, because mine did expire today, and I was at risk for assignment on that stock, so I didn't want to have to deal with that whole mess. Greg, I thought I was going to lose 300 at open, but Twitter went back up. Yeah, Twitter's doing good, bucking the trend. And the thing is, like for the market in general, I think like the volatility that we're seeing and the down moves are actually, long term, I think that it's good for the market. Netflix saved my butt big time, easy. Baron down this week 200, but no worries, I'll kill it next week. Yeah, let's get it, Baron. Come Monday, let's slay. Let's slay. Oliver got out of my Amazon trade minus 80%. On a positive note, Prime members get free shipping on Astroglide. Yeah, I guess you can make it up. Yeah, Amazon has been tough because it's down like 400 points in the last month. That's a lot of points. Forget the last month. In the last what day is today? The 26th. The last 25 days. In the last 25 days, we're down 400 points. I think it's just it's crazy. Let's see here. Easy made some cash in Twitter. Greg, you had Verizon 48 puts. There were actually gain all the original. Yeah, the one thing that I would say about this market right now is I think that for me, for the last 3 days, I probably had too many positions on. And for this, for this type of market, I think having the 1 to 2 positions that you're concentrating on, I think it gets hard to have like 6 or 5 to 6 positions on like I've had right now. I think that if I just have 1 or 2 positions, I think just kind of realigning it for next week and just crushing those 1 to 2 positions and not trying to get into, you know, tech and then banks and all that stuff. Just like find the opportunity and then strike. I think that's what we're going to have to do, you know, starting next week. You know, this week was a great week. You know, I had started off Monday or Tuesday. We had 300% return on Bank of America, which is a huge win. We had like over 1,000% return on Tesla, and then ever since, you know, that, like, we kind of just been maintaining. Like, I didn't really lose that much until like today. We're down like $200, but those earnings trades. So I shouldn't have traded those earnings trades, but you know, regardless, I probably should have concentrated on just like 1 to 2 positions and really just try to drive them to profitability. I did have to play some defense on my snap. So I did buy the $8 calls for next week. Those didn't go so as well. I did average. I got the 650 calls, which seem to be doing better. And then AMD here. I actually cut my. I took some profits. I had the $17 puts for next week. I cut those loose for a profit, and I averaged down my 20 calls. So now my average is like 20 cents instead of like 60 cents on those bad boys. So today I was pretty much like the trades I did, it was mostly like defensive. After my earnings blowouts, you know, they were defensive. However, now my portfolio, I mean, we're long. I mean, I'm long 356 delta, which is not good, not a good thing. Not a good thing unless if we have major bounce back next week. I mean, this is going to be good. It's going to be great. But right now, my deltas are at 356. So most of those, I mean, if you look here, most of those are because I averaged in my snap. So I have five of these. I have five 6.5 calls on Snap. I'm up $20 on it. So I got back some of my earnings loss. So that's kind of, I'm trying to get back on these $8 calls I bought. I'm down $60. I got $20 back, so that's good so far. So if we can continue up, if it goes above 650 next week, that will be very, very good on that. So most of my moves were defensive. I did take profits on AMD. I sold my 17 put, and then I averaged down these calls here. As you can see, I actually did it quite a few separate orders here. Let me show you here. So my average on these calls. So I got back like 90 on the put, and then I averaged. Oh, geez. So I had the calls. Bought one for 59 yesterday, and then I averaged down at like 16 pretty much throughout the day because it was just really holding the price. So now my average is like 25. So if AMD goes up $1 or so, we'll be in good shape. So getting this back up to getting some money back on those calls. So I mean, if we go down, if AMD goes down, I mean, obviously we're going to lose some money, but we'll readjust next week. And that's the thing, is like just readjust. I made some money on the puts, but you know, the calls, we're going to try to make some money on the flip side here. Let's see here. Security rolled one and did a pendulum from a credit cash in. Okay, good. Good. Play defensive. I like it. Hamed says, I have issues with volatility. I think I'm paying too much on every trade. Yeah, so I actually definitely paid way too much. So this is what I did today. So on Alibaba, I was looking at a day trade. At open, I bought the 142 call and the 141 put for like I can tell you right now what I bought it for. 230, which is a lot. And then it kind of sat here for a while, and volatility contracted, and obviously Theta's going to burn because I was trading expiration day, and it was automatically down $75. And then when it ripped up here, I sold. However, I only made like I made $38 on this. Not a very good day trade. So I mean, I did get some money back, but it was just was not a good day trade for me personally. And that was mainly because I overpaid for the premium at open, and it died down. What I should have done is wait for it to die down, and then if I still want to do a trade, strike, and then I would have made a lot more money on this rip up. I would have made $100 to $200 on that rip up, because at least $100, that's for sure. Yeah, and like Joe's saying, don't chase. Either way, like if you were chasing, like let's say you were chasing this chart today, like look at the S&Ps. You know, let's say you were relying in short. You know, you're gonna and you see this major bounce back. This type of bounce back scares shorts. You cover, and then at the end, you know, you don't have to, you know, it came back down. Amazon, kind of the same way. It's kind of what tricked me out, is like, just don't chase. Like I got, the reason why I got out of Amazon, I was at max loss. I mean, pretty much max loss. I mean, I did get like $30 back out of it, but you know, we were close to max loss, and it didn't look like it was going to go back up 100 points to where I needed to be, or even 50 points to where I needed to be at the time. And you know, I didn't want to risk assignment, but you know, if you're chasing, let's say you're chasing short, you can get real screwed here, and if you're chasing long, you're going to get real screwed here. So, you know, right now, just take it easy. Like for me, for next week, I'm just going to take it easy. Do 1 to 2 trades at a time. Just really concentrate on them. Just do like 2 trades at a time, and just kind of try to hit those. Yeah, easy has something like 9 positions on it. Yeah, and like, you don't, like, when I trade, I don't want to be in a position where I'm losing sleep over, like, oh, if this goes wrong tomorrow, I'm gonna be in big trouble. Like, you don't want to put like your whole account on the line, especially when there's volatility like this. Like, as you can see, like, there's days that you can be really right. Like, we made a lot of money earlier in the week, but towards the end of the week, we didn't make really any money, and we had some big, you know, some decent losing days. Like today, we lost 200. Yesterday, we were down like 100 or so. You know, so, you know, overall the week was very green, but the second half of the week just ripped us one. Crypto slice. I bought Amazon call debit spread at 1635 target price. It's already in the money after market. Nice. Yeah, I mean, Amazon's due for a bounce, but you know, we're gonna be facing some, like I was telling you guys, like early in the week or for the last week or so. You know, we're in some serious trouble here, but now, like, we're down in this range here. We're down in like the low 2600s. We're at 2658 at close, but you know, we came down here to the low 2600s, where this is a decent area of support. But what we really need, what the market really needs, if you're bullish on the market, what we really need is some consolidation period. Like, we need the market to just stay the same for a while, and that will crush down the option pricing. Yes, you won't make as much money as fast, but you also, you know, potentially won't lose that much money either if you just kind of wait it out. You know, if you're selling premium, you know, basically premium sellers right now are waiting for the volatility to die down. So, you know, it's going to happen. Like back in February here, where we had, you know, this did go on for a couple months though, where we had, you know, the major rip down, and then we kind of went back and forth for 3 months until we kind of were settling in a range. So this is kind of what bulls will be looking for, is like some sort of range here, where we're just kind of chilling in, which we're back in this range right here now. You know, we're between the 2700 and the 2600 or so. Yeah, I mean, it did rip below 2600 back here in March, but you know, basically, I mean, these are wide ranges, which I guess the ranges are good because then we can make a lot more money. But we need some if you're bullish, you want some consolidation period. You know, right now we're catching the knife. You know, we caught it down here. We try to get it. You know, we're still catching the knife here. You know, and same for bears. You know, you're shorting. At some point, it's gonna level out. At some point, guaranteed. When? I mean, that's anyone's guess. But at some point, like if you're shorting, you know, we've made a lot of money going short, but at some point, we're going to have some sort of bounce or some sort of just some consolidation period. William, I'm waiting on BAC to move. I got a couple strangles. Yeah, I actually did pretty good on Bank of America this week, except for this trade that we did here today. I'm sorry, the last couple of days I had on. I had a strangle. I had the 26 puts, the 27.5 calls. I really should have cut that loose today. I got back like $50 out of that, and I really should have probably I should have closed it out, but I was stupid. And then the 27, I bought the 27 calls for next week to kind of play defensive. They're still going for the same price I bought them at, so I'm not up or down on those. But you know, Bank of America was looking like it wanted to do something today. You know, we'll see. We'll need some more data, but I think we can. My target on that is 27.5 or 28 for next week, if we can get some bullish momentum in here. Joe says, I've been patient waiting for USO premium, put premiums come down. Yeah, I mean, premium overall is just high. Richard, Jeff Bezos lose $14 billion. I don't feel bad about my losses. Yeah, but Baron, I'm sorry, Richard, the Jeff Bezos is unrealized. Just keep that in mind. It's all paper. Doesn't exist. Secure Kit, overall I was down 2,100 this morning, but ended up gaining 1,600 back. Nice. Got to play defensive. $500 loss feels like such relief in comparison. Never trading earnings again. Yeah, I think I've been pretty good about staying away from earnings, and I guess I got a little cocky and I went in and look what happened to me. Nothing good. AMD all my dinero for me this week. Derek, did you play any defensive moves on AMD? Because I had a strangle which made me some money today, and then I just played defensive on the $20 calls if we can get back. Baron, I'm in on HCLP. I don't know what is HCLP. I don't even know. High Crush Partners. I don't actually know anything about this company. Well, HCLP. So yeah, I mean they have some good open interest. Bid in the ask is kind of wide, but yeah, I don't know about them. Barron's up 40 on that trade. Easy. If I haven't done 9 positions, you would have seen me on the TV in the car driving around. Yeah, easy. Delta hedge your portfolio. It'll help you. The thing is, like I guess Robinhood doesn't give you a good idea of what your overall like deltas are, or if you're overall in there. And Robinhood, Tastyworks and Thinkorswim does. I was actually looking at. Good thing I didn't sell an Iron Condor. I was actually going to sell an Iron Condor or an SPY yesterday. I'm glad that I didn't. Dorian, how you doing? Oh, Derek, no, I was done. Yeah, I mean, like in and it's always really clear of the mistakes you make in retrospect. Like afterwards, you're like, man, why did I do that, or what did I do? Like, you know, I could, if I did nothing, like if I didn't trade Amazon and Snap, I would only be down like $20 today. But you know, and you're like, why did you know? At the time, you're like, think it's a great idea, and then afterwards, you're like, man, why did I do that? And like something that happens. So the thing is, like I've been saying, like you're gonna make mistakes. You know, experienced traders are going to make mistakes. Newer traders are going to make mistakes. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what market condition you're in. There's people making mistakes, and there's people that, you know, it happens. It happens. You let your emotions drive greed or fear or whatever the case is. You know, plus the option pricing is all over the place right now. IVs through the roof. So you're getting a good price on options. And then the problem with the problem that I had with shorting options is that these moves have been so crazy that we keep going outside the expected move. So it's hard for so don't think option sellers are having an easier time than you if you're buying premium. You know, everyone here is trying to navigate the market. Everyone here is trying to make money. And right now it's very, you know, as you could tell by like the S&Ps, I mean, things are just sloppy. Like everything is just sloppy. Everything's all over the place. We're up, we're down, we're up, we're down, we're up, we're down. Like, and I'm not saying we're up or down like 5 or point, like 2017, you know, we're talking about Oh, the S&P had a $5 gain. That was a crazy day. That was like, because normally it would be like, oh, we're only up $1. We're down 30 cents. We're down $3. There was like no volatility, and now we're like, wow, we just swung like, how many points in the last couple of days on the S&Ps. I mean, the S&Ps in the last, let's see, this week, just this week alone. I mean, the S&Ps came from like 2,800 all the way down to the low 2,600s. I mean, that is just insane. So, as long as you learn from your mistakes, like Derek, learn from your mistakes, and realize what you did, so that way you can kind of control yourself. And if it helps, like write it down and put it on your monitor or your computer or wherever you are, or your phone, and write down those rules. Like, create your own rules for the mistakes that you made. That's really, until you get really disciplined and you're becoming more of a consistent, profitable trader. Nick seemed like a good idea at the time. That's how we end up with big losses, hangovers, and illegitimate children. Yeah. Hey, Glenn. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, no one knows where the market's going to go. No one knows where the market wants, you can have a pretty good idea, but a lot of times it goes against you. That's why, like, playing defense is always key, because you'll have positions that work out great, like the first time you put it on, but then you're going to have positions that you put on, like, man, that did not go as planned, and that's going to happen like 70% of the time. Like 30% of the time, it'll go exactly to plan, everything will be fine. But like 70% of the time, you're going to be like, why? I did not expect that. And some of the things could be like, let's say for Tesla, people were blindsided by SEC news. People were blindsided by other things. People were blindsided by Elon's tweets. People were blindsided by Elon getting high. Like, things that are out of your control. You're like, wow, I don't even understand it. And but those things happen. So that's why you got to learn, like, to be a profitable trader. I really believe that you have to learn how to be defensive. Chetan, I would have made some more money this week if I just slept in some days. Yeah, and also just like pulling the trigger too fast, like Chetan's saying, like if you're right now, as you can see, like complete whipsaw, you're down a lot of money, then you're up a lot of money. Like I've seen, we've gone down 200 to up 300 in the account. It's crazy. So just take it slow. That's why I think that way in this market. Just have only a few positions on. Glenn, how you doing? William, who saw that bullish flag at the last hour for AMRN? Let's see. Let's take a look. If this is your first time watching this, say what up. Would definitely want to meet you. Yeah. The thing about, I think, we've been talking about AMRN in here a little bit. And the thing about it, I mean, it's been in this range, but it looks like today it touched a new high. So looks like it wants to go up. But I think, don't they have earnings coming up or something? November 1st. So yeah, next week. So that's going to be the test. Easy. All day was defense for me. I had these huge AMD losses on a Wednesday, so I had to plan to get out. So it's possible to come back, even though overall this week I'm down 50% compared to the 60% I was Thursday. Yeah, I mean, that's a win. If you're down a lot early in the week and you come back, if you're down 60%, you're only down 50%. I mean, that's some good defense, man. Good, like a defensive trader in this market is going to be a profitable trader. So you're gonna be good. Excellent. Trading is like skateboarding. When the noob falls doing an ollie, it hurts. When an expert falls doing a 900, it hurts really bad and takes some time to recover that fall. Yeah, I mean, if you look at the success, if you guys research any of the successful traders, or I wouldn't say successful traders, like big traders that are trading like multi-million or multi-billion dollars, like the Citron dude, Andrew Left, Warren Buffett, or any major investor, Mark Cuban, any of those kind of guys that, they're gonna tell you that, if you do any research, it's gonna show you that, when they lose, I mean, it's billions and hundreds of millions of dollars, and so good point, you excellent. So I know it's all relative. It's all relative. Like you probably losing $1,000 is like Warren losing a billion. Joe, by the way, for the guy trading Tilray, start watching Cron. It was a day, and I haven't looked at that because I actually stayed out of Tilray. They're chilling. They're chilling down here, chilling at 108. It's not bad. Greg, I made $295 and realized profit left 117 on the table. Greg, don't feel bad about leaving profit on the table. I mean, this week I left thousands of dollars on the table. I mean, I did come out with a few $1,000s in profit this week, but I've lost based on that Tesla trade I did. I mean, I left about 20 to 30 grand on the table. Don't feel bad, man, and don't dwell on it. Just take it a trade at a time. Just take it a trade at a time. Richard, any prediction for next week? So kind of get into the next week for the S&Ps. Like I like to look at the S&Ps because it's just been easy for me to track. What I'm looking at here is either there's going to be some consolidation or a hard bounce. If it doesn't consolidate, if we go below 2,600, next week, I mean there's possibility that we're not going to be bouncing back for a long time. That's kind of my prediction. Let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think? Do you think next week we're gonna consolidate? Are we gonna push lower? Are we just gonna totally just rip back to all-time highs like nothing ever happened? Yeah, easy. I did get your screenshot, so I do understand where you're coming from. AC, day trade SPY 8th green day in a row. Only day trading and strangling has saved me. Yeah, I mean the swing trading has been hard unless you had a very good position. But also, I think day trading is also difficult because of the volatility and the major dips and the major rips. So. Santiago says little bounce that's gonna get faded. Yeah, I mean we saw that happen here. So we had 100-point bounce here from the lows here on a 10-11 up to, so it went from 27.20 up to 28.20, and then that just signaled that we were going. It was just a sell signal for everybody here. So everyone that was trapped. So think about this. So. People that bought up here in the 2800s, 2900s. What do you guys think? I mean, they're looking at this market kind of differently. Like if you're an investor, if you're up in this area, and these people back here, that's why people were selling in here on these rips. People that get trapped up here sell the major rips because they want to get as much money as they can back. They don't care at this point. The people that bought up in here, they don't care that they make money anymore. They're wanting to get out alive, right? So they just want to get out alive. So that's why like a major rip was just sold so hard this year. Is that the people up here, people that bought in here, are just in real big trouble. Because if they bought at like 2,800, 2,900, and this goes down to 2,500, I mean they're down 20 to 30%. I mean that's serious. And if they put in like a decent amount of their net worth, I mean they're gonna be scared. They're gonna be scared. So, scared people don't make, scared traders, scared investors, they don't make any money. So that's why it's best when you're trading and you're investing. It's best with no emotion, little to no emotion as possible. Ice Cooler wanted to drop more. Yeah, I mean, let's just crash this thing to 2,000. Let's start over. Let's do it over. That'd be fun. Not that I want to see people lose money. Like my intention of it crashing is not for it to lose money, but we need a major reset. And investors and traders were seriously brainwashed in the last year, thinking that the market, oh, it only goes up. All I have to do is buy the dip to make money. All I have to do this to make money. And now they're saying like this is where the true traders and true investors are really gonna shine. So I mean, if you're making money right now, you're in the top, baby. Let's be honest. Since Trump was in office, hasn't been a single thing called consolidation. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I mean, since Trump got in office, we went straight up. And then now that things are getting crazy with like trade wars, and we're getting crazy with other things, and even though the economy is doing pretty good, now we're feeling the effect. This is the issue with us going straight up every day. This is what you get right here. When you go up straight up for so long, this is what it looks like. Joe, I already told you what I think. So when you see it happen, nobody's surprised. You shouldn't have been about Amazon's early effect in the market. I was on your side. I just didn't think, Joe. I didn't think Amazon was going to drop down almost 200 points on their earnings. I mean, I thought I was playing it safe. I mean, even like my option position, like Tastyworks was saying, I'm based on the option pricing, the expected move. I mean, I had a probability of profit of about over 70%, which goes to show you that those mean nothing when big moves occur. So don't necessarily rely on like the numbers that Tastyworks or these other platforms spew you, because they're just walking out probabilities and they're not focusing. That's probabilities on numbers and not like news events and not actually people buying and selling demand. AC, all my trades have been in the afternoon. It's helped me to let the charts establish intraday support resistance, then trade in between those lines. Yeah, I can see how that helps you, because I've been trading in the morning the last couple of days, and it's been difficult. So next week, my goals are to kind of more along the lines of just taking it slow. Even Twitter got a piece of that. Twitter right now, it's going to be interesting. If we can break above 36 here, 37 would be bullish. But right now it's back to where it started before it dropped down here. It did finish the day green. It did have earnings. It did report good earnings. But now we're kind of just back in here. So if it consolidates here for a long time, I'll probably look at putting a position on it once Twitter consolidates, because Twitter's known to consolidate for a while and then makes big moves, as you can see on the chart here. It'll consolidate for a while and then make big moves. Ice cooler, just reset the homer. Dorian, no emotion, is that possible? Yeah, it is possible. You gotta be disciplined and just tone it down. And then I noticed that like for most people, when they get really emotional, it's mainly because they're trading too big. They're trading too big for their account size. They're trading too big on their net worth. If you're worried about your positions overnight, you should be probably trading smaller. John White. Let's see here. Whoa, I don't even know. I mean, what is this company? This is like a penny stock or whatever. Yeah, I typically stay away from stocks that are penny stocks or don't have any options to trade. I mostly just trade options, and if I do buy stock, it's for the long term. Excellent. Amazon crash was so obvious. Amazon usually moved 4% on earnings and it was up 7% that day. Yeah, but the thing is, excellent. The thing about Amazon though, I thought the probability of it staying the same, like, because it was in this before earnings, it was just in this range here between 1,800 and 1,700. So I thought it was pretty safe to sell premium above 1,800 and sell premium at 1,700. I thought it was pretty safe because I thought that because it dropped so much from the 2000s, it wasn't about what happened that day. Because if you look at it, I mean, it just whipsawed the last few days. If you look at Amazon here. It was down a lot, then was up a lot, and then we ended up way lower, So based on the price action on earnings day, I didn't think that it was going to exceed more than 100 to 110 point move, but it did move. It closed down 140, and at the worst, it actually touched like pre-market. It went down to 15. It went down to 1586. So I didn't think it was going to have that big of a move. So I was playing more of a neutral position. I wasn't long or short it. I was more thinking it was going to stay between the lines, and then the volatility was going to die down and get crushed. But apparently that is not what happened. JC, how you doing? Chitten, do you think Snap is going to go back up at all? Is it more likely that it continues this downward trend? So I actually have a defensive position that it will go back up. Doesn't mean that it will. Right now we gap down. We hit some new all-time lows as well as yearly lows for Snap. But overall, I think the company's in trouble. I think they're in big trouble. I think that we could get about a nice bounce to 7 or 750 or so, but long term, Snap needs a catalyst. Snap needs money. They need good news. They need to make changes to their platform. Right now, they're just getting crushed by Instagram. AC, I was trading. What Nick said, I was trading way too big. Yeah. If you're nervous, like I was saying, if you're nervous about your positions, if you can't fall asleep with your positions, it's most likely because you're trading too big. Yes, and I know how it feels. Like, yes, your gains come a lot faster, but also keep in mind that your losses come a lot faster as well. When you're trading big. So, look at what Trump Tech Office and where Twitter stock was. Yeah, I'm averaged on my Twitter stock. So I've been making good money on options over the last year or so. My average right here on the stock. It's not a big position, but I do have 30 shares worth. My average is $19 a share. So I've definitely been watching it very closely. I had visions of sugar plums today when you placed that Tesla short. Yeah, Tesla probably broke your heart. But they have that SEC. But this is the issue with like the choppiness right now. So doesn't mean you're going to be wrong, Joe. Unless it was expiring today, then yes, you were wrong. Derek, got to brush up on my Vulcan training. I wonder if Trump is shorting Twitter, and when he needs money, he tweets one of his famous quotes and makes cash. I don't know. Technically, Trump's not supposed to have any stock right now, but as you can see, the rules don't really apply. Apparently, the rules don't apply. Greg, Snap will bounce at $5. I have the $5 put for December. Are you sure? Are you sure? Or are you just biased? Yeah, it went down to 577 today. I think you should have cashed out. Honestly, I probably would have took profits off that. Because that bounce is pretty strong. You got to be careful about the people that find like the value investors who say, oh, we're single digits, I'm going to load this up. You got to be careful about the value investors. Even though they don't pay attention. So like the value investors, they don't pay attention to financials or how the company is doing. They pay attention to the stock price and how it's doing good. They're like, oh, and they don't care. They don't understand like market cap or anything either. They'll look at, well, Facebook's 100. Facebook is 100 and what is Facebook now? Facebook is 145, and I'm going to get on the ground floor on Snap at $6. And even though they don't care about what the market cap is, how many shares they have, all that stuff, if they don't care about the balance sheet, they don't care if Snap is making money or Facebook's making money. They just look at the stock price and they look for value, and that's how they value. That's what like a value stock. That's why there's probably going to be some buyers coming in on this soon. I would imagine, if it's anything, the retail investors will buy, but the institutions are going to stay away from this thing for. As you can see, institutions have been unloading this thing like nothing. Santiago, always take profits at new highs and lows. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you on that. So that's why I was saying I think I would have locked it in today if I had the $5 put for December. The value on that was probably up quite a bit. I mean, it's down 10% today. Probably did pretty good unless you put it on yesterday and then you got a little bit of IV crush because we got some IV crush. But the December one shouldn't have been impacted too crazily. Joe, Twitter's not hitting $5. Okay. In this down market, Twitter is still holding strong, like it did. If you think about this, also the earnings in February. Check this out. This is what made me buy more options back in February. So back in February, they had earnings and gapped up, and then this is when the market crashed. This is when the market crashed back in February, and when it had made a drop. And what did Twitter do? Nothing. Check that out. So just keep that in mind. And Twitter had a good quarter. You got to be careful. Twitter's trying to turn things around for their company, so you got to be very careful. I think Twitter's still a good value at 30. Now, will I buy more shares at $32? Definitely not. But will I trade options? Absolutely. And people are like, hey, why didn't you sell? If you're holding from 19, why didn't you sell like in the 40s and stuff? For me, Twitter, like buying stock on this is something I'm just going to do for 5 to 10 years or until I feel like I shouldn't have the stock anymore, like I sold my Tesla stock last November. Derek, glad I stuffed some of my winnings in some stocks that went on sale and went up. Joe, you mean SHLDQ? Well, we know JCPenney is going out of business. I mean, that's a given. That's a given. All right, Joe, work Twitter like a rib. I will be the opposite of you in this trade. I will take your money. I'm just kidding. So we're coming up on 47 minutes. If you guys have anything going on, we got a few minutes left here. If you guys have any more questions, have any more input, drop them here. If the video was of value to you, hit that like button. Definitely appreciate it. This week was a hard week, and I think most of you guys have come out on top, or not even down that much. Like people, I guarantee you, people were losing 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, for retail investors easily. Institutions, obviously we're losing millions and stuff like that. So don't feel bad if you were down $100 or a couple $100, chalk it up as a win. Learn from it. Yeah, I think we're gonna ban talking about Sears for the foreseeable future. We were here yesterday as well. At the end of the stream, bringing up Sears. If you guys, if it's your first time here, leave a comment. I want to meet you. Want to see what's up. I know that. So there's a lot of people that watch this stream, and there's about, I would say probably 20 of you that actually comment. So I see you. Not much to. We can trade it in competition if you want. We can. I'm long Square too. What does Square do today? Oh, down. Not bad though. They're chilling here. Looks like it's trying to build some sort of support here. Vitality, how you doing? CHK. Kaylee, what up? Yeah, if you're new here, say what up. Yeah, I think we talked about this yesterday. That I said we needed more data, and it did break down below this support level here. we're in some. This stock's in big trouble, big trouble. I mean, we're looking at the. I mean, if it doesn't bounce here in the 3 days, looks like it tried to come back to the. Let's see here, CHK. It did try to bounce back, but if this just continues a downtrend lower, I mean, it's going to the low threes, the 250s pretty easily. I will rock your world with Square. Too bad. I'm so excited. Joe, why are you so against Square? You have to realize Square is bigger than crypto. Square and crypto is such a small piece of what Square does. Square does financing. Square does payments. Square does, kind of a PayPal competitor with your friends. The Cash App. Square is doing payroll. The Bitcoin and all that trading. It's not even what Square is about. That was just a value add that they put in there. It has nothing to do with. They don't make money. They don't make money on Bitcoin. So Square has nothing. Look into it. Square has nothing to do with cryptocurrency. Like that's such a small piece of what Square is actually about and where they get their actual money. If you look at how they make their actual money, I think you'll be impressed. So look it up and get back to me on Monday. I would appreciate it. Do you think Netflix will continue to go down with Apple's announcements of a streaming service coming out next year? KQ Carmona, welcome. I think Netflix. It's the thing with Netflix though. I mean, they did hit sub 300 for the first time since April. Looks like. Yeah, since April. So the thing about Netflix is. Hold on, Easy. I'll get to you. The thing with Netflix for next year, 2019, Netflix is going to face some steep competition from Disney. I don't think Apple streaming service is going to do anything, because if you looked into Apple streaming service, they're actually trying to be like the cleanest version of a streaming service. Like they don't want to have any explicit content per se. And if you look at Netflix, big shows, they're very controversial. They're there's a lot of nudity. There's a lot of swearing. They're not very family friendly. Like they're big hits. If you look at Netflix originals, they like what Apple's producing is not going to even come close. So I don't think that's going to be a threat. I think a bigger threat would be Disney streaming service, but even Disney streaming service is really clean. So I think the type of content Netflix pushes out is a lot different than what Apple and Disney are going to push out. So, I don't think it's going to be, my opinion, of course, I don't think it's going to be a crazy competition. I think if anything, it will show that Netflix makes better content. Disney's going to be great for like people that have kids, people that want cleaner content. But the people that want, the dirty joke comedy, the people that want to see people's limbs ripped off, the people that want, horror shows, stuff like that, they're going to go to Netflix. So I don't think it's going to be a factor. Easy. So are you explaining the difference? Crypto is good. So Easy, I'm not understanding. So. Are you agreeing or not agreeing? I'm not understanding. Greg, I stopped caring about crypto. It's dead till the government figures out a way to use it. Yeah, government's going to kill it. At least they're trying to. We'll see if they're successful. I don't even know what... I mean, yeah, crypto's been dead. I mean, it's not dead, though. I mean, it's still valued at like 6,300 here. So, I mean, it's not zero. I mean, it's not 20,000, but it's not zero, so. Rich Crampton, does it have I placed my first call spread a couple days ago in Zia, and I tried to open it and said the premium couldn't be greater than the max cost. Does it have to be open? So Rich, it means that you're exceeding your max profit or max loss on that. So you put your order in for a few pennies below. It means you can't close it out for that price. You got to go below. So was it a call credit or call debit spread? No, Joe, you're getting square wrong, man. You're getting square wrong. Just look it up. Square and crypto is okay. So Square and crypto is crypto does not give Square any money. Check the balance sheets. Check the earnings reports. So Rich, you got it for a credit. So that means let's say for instance, if you got $1.25 credit, and are you closing out for a loss or for a profit? Disney should hire Roseanne. People would be glued to the TV if she could stay with the clean. I don't think Roseanne's going to be working for a while. At least until people forget about what she did on Twitter. Kay Lee, how long is this bear market going to last? Who knows? This could be years. I mean, we've had a bull. This is the longest bull market. I mean, what was it? We're on an 11-year bull run. I mean, we can go a couple of years for a bear market. And a bear market doesn't mean that we're going to drop every day either. That could just mean we're bouncing back and forth like in 2015. If you look at 2015, let's go back. We'll go back to 2015. You know, 2015, even though the market didn't go anywhere, this was considered like a bearish year. You know, I would actually, as an options trader, you wish for this type of years that you're getting back and forth action, very nice two-sided action, nice drops, nice rips. This was a pretty crazy flash crash here back in 2015. So. Okay, profit, but you can't open. So that means you gotta sell it for a debit. So that just means you gotta readjust because you're trying to get more than what it's worth. What's your brokerage? If you're with somebody like Thinkorswim or Tastyworks, you can give them a call. They'll definitely help you. With Robinhood, you're gonna have to figure it out yourself. You're gonna have to go up or down. You're gonna have to go up or down a couple pennies to see what you can get in at. Vitality, Nick, great content. You rock, dude. Loaded on Microsoft calls. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Like, for me to get on here and talk to the stock market, it really means a lot. Like, I love doing it. You're trying to say, Nick, is that why you were really spending your time explaining this to the gentleman that doesn't understand the restrictions? All right. Yeah. I mean, I was just defensive on Square because I feel that. Joe, not to point fingers at you or point you out, but I didn't think that you're truly understanding the entire business. Yes, just because let's say for instance, just because maybe I bought some crypto doesn't mean that I make all my money from crypto. Does not mean that. It does not mean that. Like if you were to judge me just based on my crypto purchases, you would probably be saying the same thing, but that's not true. I trade mostly options, so it's kind of like Square. They are in the crypto world, but that is not their main focus. That is not their business. Their main focus in the next 5 years is to be a bank, to compete with the banks, and it's going well so far. YOLO Fire, I just came across some YouTube options trader that grouped you in with Jason Bond. You've hit it big time. Oh, man. Are you saying, YOLO Fire, are you saying they were talking about my channel? Because relatively, like compared to a lot of channels, we're like really on the small end. You know, I mean, we're doing good. I mean, we're doing good. The growth has been insane, but I'm just saying, like, we don't have like hundreds of thousands of subscribers here. I mean, we're at over 3,000, which is great, but like compared to a lot of these other people, I mean, they have like 200,000 or more. You know, but granted, I didn't pay a dime in YouTube ads either, so you know. So Rich, if you're Rich, I would reach out to Robinhood support. Go onto the website and shoot them an email. Yeah, I'm not gonna pick easy. I'm not picking any fights. I'm good. I'm good. Um, he was talking smack about other YouTube traders. So, I guess what? So he was saying. I'm guessing negative things, which is fine. Like what I say, like people come on this channel and comment all the time, and they're like, you know, bashing me, and they're like, you know, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't want to do this or you don't want to do that. I'm like, hey, if my strategy and what I do doesn't agree with you, I mean, you don't have to be here. I'm not getting paid for you to be here. You're not, you know, like you could just click out, you know. You know, the people that are here, I mean, that's why I definitely appreciate you, because there's been a lot of hate, no doubt. People call me stupid, people calling me all different things, and that's just the game, you know. You know, and who knows what their agenda is, and who knows what, you know, what they're really about. And at the end of the day, like, you know, if you don't like the content here, no one's forcing you to watch it. So the people that do watch it consistently, day in, day out, like, I really appreciate you. You know, it really means a lot. Kaylee, Microsoft thoughts. So we're actually over an hour, so let's give it four more minutes here. I actually liked, oopsies. Let's go to 1 year. Okay. I actually really liked Microsoft at 105. However, it keeps hitting that. And I actually wanted to buy some stock here at 105, but it keeps hitting it. So I'm kind of just waiting for the market to settle out a little bit. I liked it at 105. It keeps hitting in here, and it keeps pushing up. So, you know, 105 seems to be a good price for it. You know, it's at 106.96, which seems to be a good value. If we could return up to 110, break 110, you know, Microsoft is doing amazing things in the cloud space with Office 365. They're doing amazing things in terms of, you know, what they're planning to do in the future with Windows 10. You know, so I'm bullish on Microsoft, even though, you know, they're an older company, yes, but they're still a growth stock at this point, especially with the cloud game being so young. So if you don't understand, start focusing on the cloud and what they're doing with that. I watch a lot of YouTube, but this is the only live stream I see every day. Man, Greg, you're the best. Thank you. Linda, I appreciate you. You're a very active member in our options trading group. I love it. Yellow Fire, I watched 3 live streams and you're by far the best. And I don't even know why. Like, I honestly thought that when I started this live stream, I honestly thought that I was gonna get like boot off stage, to be honest with you. It was to be like, man, you're ridiculous, get out of here. But to my surprise, you know, here we are. Derek, Jason Bond must be good with all the money he's spending on ads, right? Yeah, and the MLM people, the people that try to sign you up for all these, you know, multi-level marketing schemes, they're great. You know, just because you have a lot of money doesn't mean that it's always right for you. Rich, we were supposed to have a correction in 2014. They removed regs on stock buybacks. We are in a monster derivatives bubble. Amazon is coming out with its own coins. That not going to. I don't. Rich, I don't really follow the crypto world, so I don't actually really know. The one thing that I would be concerned about is, so actually, I don't know if I could pull it up here real quick before we sign off, because this stream's getting long. JP, so it's about JP Morgan's. Let me see if I can pull it up here quick. Here we go. You know, I keep seeing this article. This is on MSN, but CNBC has been writing a lot about this. But J.P. Morgan predicts the next financial crisis will strike in 2020. So I get very wary of articles like this. So just because analysts and they're like pointing a target and they're saying it's going to crash at this date, like, you know, be very wary of that. Like, be very wary of what their agenda really is. So just a heads up. Easy, we come to your channel to make fun of you about your Tesla trade. Yeah, Easy, you can make fun of me all you want, but I still made thousands of dollars on it, so I'll be good. I got thick skin since starting this channel. I got thicker skin, so it's been good for my overall character, I guess you can say. Anyways, Derek, they're probably just getting into crypto so you can make money on the fee they charge you, like all banks, yeah. So anyways, guys, we're at an hour and 5 minutes. You guys have been rocking with me the whole stream. I really appreciate you. You know, it's been a crazy week. I think next week we're just going to get after it, get crushing it. I really think that you guys are doing great as traders. You know, it seems that since we started this channel, the trades that you've been posting have been a lot better, and that really, you know, is great because you guys are making money. I'm making money. If everyone's making money, let's just keep doing that. So, so you guys have a good weekend. Try to relax. Don't think about your mistakes. Just try to wipe the slate clean. Yeah, Derek, you put the lotion on the skin, or you're gonna get the hose again. Anybody see that movie, or just me and Derek? Thank you, Richard. Appreciate you. All right, you guys have a good one.